Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's tutorial, I'll be on this halter neck dress. I will advise that you stay to the end because you're going to be cutting out the collar neckline as well for this halter neck. And my fabric is folded into two because I'm going to be cutting the back and the front together, my pattern. So this one up, which is the shorter one, is the front, and this one down is the back. You can see it has extra, which is will serve as our zipper allowance. So our measurement is going to be starting from that shorter part, which is the center front. I hope you understand this. So why you want to cut it to your fabric on your fabric, that place is the folded part of the fabric of the center front. So the first thing I did is to mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2, and then from there I'll go ahead and mark my neckline, neck width of 3 inches, and then the neck depth of the back, that's what I'll be marking first, is 1 inch, and then I'll go ahead and connect this neckline as a round neckline. If you have your cuff, please do well to use it. It's very important. And then I'll go down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope, and I'll connect it into the neckline. The reason why I didn't use my curve ruler is because my children misplaced it. So for the front neckline, I am using 3 inches. It's just the basic neckline, and then I'll connect it into the front pattern. Remember, we have front and back pattern at that point. And then for the chest line, I'm going to go ahead and mark my chest line, and then I'll go ahead and mark my bust point at this point. Once I am done with that, I'll go ahead and mark my half length measurements. And my half length is 17 inches. So I'll go ahead and make a point, and that's 17 inches. And then I'll mark my hip measurement at 25 inches. And then I'll go ahead and mark the length of this gown. Remember, this gown is very short gown, so go ahead and mark your length. Once I am done with that, I'm going to go ahead and connect this line straight so that is more visible, and will also be seeing what we are doing. So guys, what we are going to, I'm just labeling this so that you be conversant with the lines. So I'll go ahead and measure these 2 points. Whatever I have there, I will divide it into two and make a point at that point. And then from that point, I'm going in by half of an inch. I'll make a point there as well. And then I'll go ahead and connect these 2 points together. Then I'll go ahead and insert my bust measurement divided by 4. I'll make a point. Remember, this is starting from the first fold of this pattern paper. Don't make mistake of starting from the zipper line. Remember that, please. I'll make a curve for our armhole. And then I'll go ahead and divide my nipple to nipple measurement into 2. I'll make a mark there. And I'll also mark it at my bust point and also at my hip line as well. And then I'll go ahead and connect these 3 points together. Once I am done with that, from the bust point, I am coming down by 1 inch. And then from the hip line, I'm coming up. Please come up by 2 inches or 3 inches. You don't want this dart to extend into the hip. And at the waistline, I'm taking a dart of ½ inch on both sides of my waist. And then I'll connect it this way, just like you see me showing you guys. Please do well to go ahead and connect your dart this way, because this is a fitted gown and you want it to be fitted at your waistline as well. And then at the armhole, remember that point we made earlier. So at that point, I'm going to go ahead and connect it into the bust line. And once I am done with that, I'm going to be taking ½ inch on both sides on this armhole. The reason for this is so that if there's any puff or any loose any opening at the armhole, this will help you to lap onto your armhole or your body very well. So I'll go ahead and connect it this way. And then at this place, I'm going to come up by 1 inch of that dart that we just took, and then I'll connect it so that we don't have a shortage of fabric at while joining your fabric. So once we are done with this is what you have at this point. So I just replaced the dart. That's basically what I did. So I'm going to go ahead and insert my waist measurement divided by 4. Remember, we are taking these measurements from the center front. And once I am done with that, I'll replace my dart intake. All allowance, stitching allowance will be added while transferring this to our fabric. So I'll go ahead and add my hip measurement divided by 4 as well. And I'll connect all these points together. I'll connect from the bust to the waist, and then from the waist to the hip. You can use your curve ruler at this point, but just like I mentioned earlier, I couldn't find mine. And then I'll connect it straight to the hemline of this. Once I am done with that, from this chest line, I'm going to connect into the neckline for that halter neck effect. Don't worry about this small allowance at this armhole. It's not going to affect the stitching part. Just connect it this way, and that's it for this part. From the zipper allowance at the waistline, I am going to come in by half inch because you don't want to have a zipper bulge. I'll come in by half inch and then I'll connect it this just the way you see me do. Please do where to connect. Go ahead and connect it so that we will eliminate any form of zipper bulge at this point. And then I'll connect this side as well. Once I am done with that, we're going to, so this is what we have at this point. I'll go ahead and cut this out, and I'm cutting the back neckline first before cutting the front neckline. Please don't trash your neckline. We're going to be using it to cut out our collar. And if you haven't subscribed to this moment, please do where to hit on the subscribe button and join the family. And to my old subscribers, I say thank you very much for all your support. So for the back neckline, for the back bodice, I'm going to go ahead and trace out this pattern, the bust chest line and the bust line, and I'll be using just the bust line. So because I want my back neckline, the back bodice to start from the bust line, I'm going to go ahead and slash it open from the bust line. If you want yours to come out a bit, you can go ahead and do that. If you want yours to go down lower, you can go ahead and do that. And I'm going to go ahead and extend this dart I have from the waistline onto the bust, because we want to create a dart for that bust. You don't want it to be open by the time you are done sewing it. You want it to lap onto your body. So I'll go ahead and take in that half inch dart that we have at the waistline. I'll connect it straight onto the bust, just like you see me do the two legs of this dart, and then I'll just connect this. I can see the dart I took earlier, but if you can't see yours, just do where to remark your dart or just trace it out from the front. So this is what we have after taking half of an inch of that dart that we took out at the front. So this is what we have. Do where to replace this dart intake at the bust area. The waist area we already replaced it, but at the bust, which is the upper part of this gown, we didn't replace it. Please do it to replace it. So for the collar part, I'm going to go ahead and draw a straight line. So this is the front neckline and that is the back neckline. So I'll go ahead and measure what I have at the front neckline. So once I measure this, whatever I have here, I'm going to go ahead and mark it from the beginning of the fabric. And then I'll also go ahead and measure the back neckline as well. I'm just trying to extend this line so it will accommodate the two neckline at the same time. So I'll go ahead and measure this. Please, while cutting your collar, cut it on fold. I don't know if I'll remember to mention this. You're going to be cutting on fold. Don't forget that. So from that front neckline, I'm going to go ahead and measure and mark what I have for the back neckline as well. So this is what we have for the front and then for the back. So this is for the front and then for the back. So from the front neckline, I'm going to go up by half of an inch. And then I'll connect it into the front neckline measurement or the center of these two measurements, whichever that you want to do is okay. And then from the front neckline, I am coming in by half of an inch. But before that, let's go ahead and take the length of this collar. For mine, I want to be doing 1 inch. So from this new line, that's where I am taking that measurement. So I'll take 1 inch measurement all around to the end of this collar. And then I'll go ahead and connect this line, these points. Once we are done with that, from the front neckline, I'm going to come in by half of an inch. So that's what I was trying to say earlier. And then I'll connect it into the original part of this collar. And then I'll connect the back one as well, and then I'll go ahead and cut it out. And that's it for this collar. Just remember that I said that when you want to cut it out, you cut out on fold, and that center front is what is going to be on the folded part of your fabric. When you want to cut it, is to look like it's not straight, that is curvy. That's because of that half inch we came in at that center front. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you find value. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and I'll see you in my next video.